When you're a beginner wanting to learn to quilt, you have choices of how to learn. You have online courses and you have in-person courses, but which to choose? Is there a difference between them? Well, yes, there is. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of each of them so it helps you make the right decision for you. Who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You, my lovely, are very, very welcome. Let's start by looking at the pros and cons of the online courses. So with online courses then, what are the three main advantages of learning quilting online? Well, first of all, you can learn at your own pace. So when you go to an in-person class, you're going to have to go at the pace that the teacher sets for the day, and they're taking into account all the other students in the class. So if you are a speedy learner or you want to take a slower, more leisurely pace, then online courses might be a good thing for you. That's definitely the advantage because you can learn as fast as you like or as slow as you like. And I think that's a really key advantage of learning online. Secondly, you can take your course anywhere at all. It's a course in your pocket with a phone or a tablet or even your laptop. Not that you're going to take your main computer, but they are accessible anywhere. So if you want to be going away for the weekend and take your sewing machine with you, you can take the course with you. So I think that's a really good thing. And even around your home, you can move your laptop around or your tablet around or your phone around to go and learn and look at the lesson and then perhaps go to your machine to go and learn. So I think they're really accessible and you can take your course anywhere you like. Third of the advantages is that once you've bought your course, they're pretty much yours for life. Now, what does yours for life mean? Because you'll see this when you buy anything online. It's like lifetime access. Lifetime access of what? So let me just cover this for a second because I don't think it is ever covered about. So lifetime access doesn't mean your lifetime, maybe. It doesn't necessarily mean my lifetime. What it means is the lifetime of the course that's available online. So when a tutor puts a course online, they will make that available for a long period of time. So they're not going to put it up today and take it down next week. That's not going to happen. But they may decide in 5 years' time that it's not relevant anymore. Maybe equipment has changed, or maybe techniques have been upgraded and they want to upgrade that course. So they would take that course down and put a new course up in its place, or they may retire the course completely. But if they do that, don't you worry, because generally what they'll be doing is communicating with you before they do that and giving you the opportunity to download those videos onto your computer so that you can save them forever. However, the reality is, especially for a beginner's course, by then you've probably moved on and you're actually a really good quilter by now, so you don't necessarily need those beginner lessons. But I just wanted to point that out because lifetime access is a bit misleading sometimes. They're very common words, but they mean different things to different people. But that's actually what they mean, is the lifetime of the course that's available for you in the lifetime that the tutor wants to keep that course online, which for the most part is very many years. Okay, let's have a look at the disadvantages of the online course, and if I can get my words out. So first up is that if you're stuck, yes, you will have help from the tutor. You can email them, but what you won't have is the immediacy of the hands-on help that you'll get in an in-person class. So I teach both online and I teach in person. And although with the best will in the world, I want to help all my students online, it's going to take time for me to come back to those people, because if they're in a different time zone to me, or they're doing it late at night and I've gone to bed by then, or I've got stuff on during the day and they email me or send me a message, then I can't get back to them straight away. However, with an in-person class, you're there for the same period of time in the same place. And if you get stuck or your machine throws a wobbly or you're not quite sure how to do it, then the tutor can come to you and sort you out straight away and show you what to do right next to you. And I think that's a real positive of the online classes, but it's one of the disadvantages of the online courses. Okay, so what's next then? Learning online needs your self-discipline. Oh yes. Now, what does that mean? How many times have you bought something online with great intentions of doing it and you never do. I have to be guilty as charged on that one. So when you buy an online course, it requires you to dedicate the time and the space in your diary to go and do that course. Otherwise, there is literally no point in you buying that course. They're going to be cheaper than the online classes, and the online courses are going to be cheaper than the in-person classes. But still, you don't want to be wasting your money having bought something and then never doing it. So it does require you to say, okay, well, every Sunday afternoon or Saturday morning or whatever, I'm dedicating that time to do my course and work through it. So you need to be disciplined and motivated to do that. It is very different going to an in-person class where you've signed up, you've paid, you rock up at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning and you have to do the thing. So there's a very definite it's a downside. It's down to you, really. It's not a downside of the online courses, but if you know that you're not very good at doing that thing and you have no motivation or discipline to get yourself to go and do it, then maybe in person is right for you. Okay, so what's the third disadvantage of the online classes? And I think that one would be there is always a community generally there's a community that goes along with an online course. So your tutors, because they've provided this online course, they're likely to have an online Facebook group or other kind of community that you can join. And yes, you'll make friends and you can get along with people and you can cheer each other on by posting photos in that group. However, that's not the same as being in an in-person class where you've got the banter, you've got the laughter, you've got the chat. Your person next to you can come and help you if you're stuck and the teacher's elsewhere. So it's a really different social environment. Some people may love that and some people may hate it. So if you're a really sociable person and you want to be together in a group, then the online courses, that is probably one of the main disadvantages for you, and you may want to consider the in-person. Okay, let's go and have a look at the in-person courses then and the pros and cons of them. But before I do, check out the blog just below. I'll put a link just down there where I've gone into a deep dive comparison between the online classes and the in-person courses to explain more about what they are and really given a few more pros and cons to each that you might want to have a read through to help you make a decision. So let's get on with in-person courses then and look at the advantages of learning in person, like going along to a day's workshop or going along to a course. So I think the first advantage, the really big advantage, is that you get that instant hands-on help that you don't get with the online classes. So you can be there, you can come up against troubles. Your machine may be clunky, you just don't get the instruction, you can't see which way around something is supposed to be, and the tutor there can help you and guide your hands, guide your fabric, have stiff words with your machine and get that problem sorted out straight away. It's instant and you're not going to get that with the online courses. So I think that's a really big plus. The second thing that I think is really good with online classes, and it's kind of overlooked because when you're thinking about learning quilting, you don't necessarily think about this thing, and that is the social element of it. Because when you're learning at an in-person course, particularly when it is a course and it's run over a few weeks or maybe a year if it's a sampler quilt, then you're going to form bonds and friendships with the other people on that course. And you may well be strangers together right at the beginning, but by the end of the course, you will all be best buddies. And in fact, I was talking to one of my students from nearly 10 years ago just the other day, and she was saying that she still meets up with the ladies from way back when I was teaching that, and they still have my words ringing in their ears, which is quite funny. So you will get friendships lasting for a long time there. And I think the other thing is that the laughter that you get in a quilting group is like nothing that I've ever known anywhere else. It can be hysterical. So I think that's a really good aspect and one that you may not have thought about. So what about the top the third advantage then, I think that if you prefer to learn hands-on in an environment where somebody is showing you in the same space that you are, and then you can copy them, I think that is a really valid advantage and an important advantage of the in-person courses. Of course, if you're learning online and you've got a good tutor, just putting a photo out for me, they will have closed camera angles and you can see precisely what they're doing from the same angle that you will be learning and doing the technique with. But that doesn't ever replace teaching in line. You know, I can get alongside my students and I can get everything adjusted just so, and you can see that it sort of ties in with that hands-on adjustment, that hands-on help and support. So those two kind of go together. But I think if you're a person that needs that hand holding, that physicality in the same space, there's somebody to show you right next to you, then in person is probably the one that you want to be looking for. Okay, let's have a look at the disadvantages then. And we're going to start that with the cost of in-person classes and courses, because undoubtedly they are going to be more expensive than learning online. And, you know, the reason for that is quite obvious. The tutor's got to pay for a local village hall or community centre, or they've got the upkeep and the costs of running their shop or their studio. So obviously there is an intrinsic cost to that, and you're going to have to pay for the tutor's time as well, because whilst they're there teaching you for 6-8 hours of the day, and don't forget there's preparation time beforehand, which needs paying for any course or class, and those tend to be a hidden cost or a hidden time that you don't see that there's a cost that needs to be attributed to it. That makes the in-person classes and courses more expensive. So, you know, the cost is very justified and no tutor will try and rip you off, but there are going to be costs involved. There might also be the repair and maintenance of machines if they're bringing machines with you, and there might be other tools and equipment that you need to borrow or use or whatever. So all these kind of things need to be taken into consideration when you're thinking about the cost of the course. But if money is not a problem, then go for it. They're not going to be horrendous. However, online courses will be the cheaper option for you. Okay, what about the next disadvantage? Well, I think that comes down to your flexibility and your schedule. So the in-person courses and classes are going to be held when the tutor can fit them into their schedule and diary. Yes, they are going to take people into account, but you can't serve 8 different people and all those times. And when those people are available, you have to fix the time that's going to be right for you and your schedule as the tutor. So they will then run them maybe when their shop's open during the day, maybe on a Saturday during the day, or they may be like every Wednesday afternoon. Certainly when I learnt my sampler quilt, my very first thing that I learnt, which I threw myself rather in at the deep end on that one, and I don't recommend that to everybody, but I signed up to a year-long class and it was every Wednesday afternoon. Okay, I was lucky, I was self-employed, so I could do that, but that may not suit everybody. So if you have a difficult schedule, maybe you work full time, maybe you're caring, maybe you have physical impairments, which means you can't actually get out, or you're just busy, then the in-person classes and courses may not suit you and their schedule may not suit you. So the online courses may be better for you. And then the third disadvantage, which may actually be not quite recognised as an advantage, but I think it's valid, is that with an in-person class, you can't rewind the teacher. You can't rewind the teacher. You can ask them to repeat instructions and they will come and help you, but there is a point that they need to move on with the course or the class or the workshop, because they know that they've got a fixed amount of time that they have to deliver this teaching in, and they've got 6 people in the room that they need to move through that time. So yes, they will come and help, and yes, you will be able to have that ability for 2 or 3 times, but as I said, there's a point they need to move on. But if you're still not getting it and you need that sort of repeated learning, then that's where the online comes in, because you can rewind and hit replay. Rewind and hit replay. You can't do that with a teacher. I don't want anybody pressing replay on my teaching, and I will help as much as I can, but there is a point we have to move on. So I think that's something to consider as well, that on a serious note, if you learn perhaps at a slower pace, or you want that ability to rewind a lesson, slow it down and go through it again step by step, then the online might be the better option for you out of the two of those. So what about learning via YouTube then? I mean, that's free. You're watching this on YouTube, aren't you? And there are plenty of free tutorials out there. And that is a good question. So I'd like you to check out this video that's just coming up right here now on comparing online courses, the paid online courses, with free YouTube videos. So which of those is right for you? However, I hope this has helped you make the right decision between the online courses and in person, and maybe YouTube as well. If it has, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will love you and leave you for now and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.